Double shit from Doctor Who, no. Secret ingredient. Concoct a range of delicious delicacies. We can make food? Magic lamp. Bright light to bring light to even the darkest nook. Don't we have Mr. Drippy for that? Release a wave of pure energy upon your enemies. Pulse. Thank you, Mr. Richard, sir. I am satisfied that you do not lack the determination required. Came here from another world to face Shadar after all. You knew? About me being from another world, I mean? It was your actions that revealed your origins to me. You healed Esther's heart when I could not. Which told me you must have helped her soulmate in another world. And the only one who called that world home could have done such a thing. Wow, Oliver, you're from another world. You're from one of the other worlds my father told me about. And he was the one who saved me? Yes, it's strange. I feel as if I met you in a dream or something. Oliver, it seems that there are things that only one such as you can do. You may be able to help our world. You shall have my aid. Thank you, sir. I won't let you down. I'll beat Shadar. So Shadar broke the heart of his soulmate in Oliver's world, but only someone from that world can affect that world, right? But no, we can. Does that mean Shadar's from our world, or is he from originally here? Questions. Thank you, sir. I won't let you down. I will beat Shadar. Perhaps you'll need much training first. Without complete command of the magical arts, you cannot hope to defeat him. 4 great sages could not overcome the Dark Djinn. For a mere boy to do so will require more than enthusiasm. He's probably from Ohio. Okay. What's wrong with Ohio? What you thinking? Oh, what you thinking? He's going to need a cram shed load of experience under his belt in a heck of short time, ain't he? Indeed he is, the kind of experience offered by the trials of sages. Oliver, you must undertake them. Everything's wrong with Ohio. Okay. What's right? I don't know anything about Ohio, so I can't answer that. Trials? Where do I take these trials? In the north of the desert, at the Temple of Trials, obviously. Temple of Trials, you mean? I do, the home of the Supreme Sage, Master of Familiars. You two have much to learn, Esther. Only those with the Supreme Sage's blessing are permitted to open the doors of the temple. I will accompany you. Thank you, Father. You'll be great at the trials, Oliver. I just know you will. Literally just land in a city. Cleveland supposedly rocks. Okay. Thanks, Esther. And thank you, Mr. Richard, sir. Oh, Mr. Richard's traveling with me. Cool. I look very much alone, though. Hey, it's the ghost guy. Oi. Hey up, mate. Oh, hang on. Sorry. Sorry. My bad. My bad. There. Nice to see you again. You have fun crossing the desert? Fun? It was flipping boiling, man. Boiling for you, maybe, Pipsqueak. I'm a ghost, and ghosts don't feel the heat, so there. What are you doing here, Horace? I'm looking at these fountains. They're amazing. They squirt out milk. Ugh. All the milk a boy could drink. They're what Alma Moon is famous for. I thought they were famous for bananas. The spicy smell coming from the food store is mixing with the smell of the milk. It's strange. Ha! You think so? I kinda like it. Hey, there are still loads of spells you don't know yet, aren't there, Oliver? Well, I'm trying. Oh, this music's a bit loud right now. It's just my wizard's companion is kinda, you know, missing pages. Missing? Oh yeah, I had to give you a page for Spirit Medium, didn't I? Huh? When Mr. Drippy first gave me the only spell inside was Gateway. Really? The page has been torn out. I bet it was that idiot Shadar's doing. Alright, I suppose I better help you fill it back up again, hadn't I? Tiny! There's generous. Maybe I was wrong about you being a stingy little midget. Wow. After all, Well, I'm not just going to hand over a load of pages, if that's what you're thinking. Otto will have to prove his wizarding comprehension skills first. The Wizarding's Companion isn't just full of spells, there are also stories in there that were gathered by the sages over centuries. But those have probably been torn out too. Stories are pretty powerful after all. They might inspire people to stand up to it. Right, I'm going to give you one to get started. Have a read, it's one of my favorites. The Cowardly Prince and the Lion. Okay. Story time, boys and girls. The first tale. In a certain country, there lived a prince named Tamalo, who was a sharp mind but weak of spirit. His father was a brave king, strong, wise, and loved by his subjects. The noble example he set served only to weaken Tamalo's spirit. On one occasion, his father told him thus: "Soon, my boy, it shall be time for me to retire, upon which thou shalt become king." While the announcement delighted the prince, it filled him also with a terrible dread, for he did not have the spirit required to ascend the throne. In vexation, he wandered from the castle, lost in thought, whereupon he encountered a fearsome-looking lion. Prince trying to flee, but the lion caught him easily in his paw, lifted him to his gaping mouth, and swallowed him whole. At first the prince thought he was doomed, but at length he began to reconsider his position. At least I no longer have to become king, thought the prince. The fact he has time to think at all when he's been eating a lion is impressive. After taking a deep breath, he said to the lion, "Mighty lion, I am prince of this country, and the day after tomorrow I was due to become its king. Since thou hast swallowed me whole, however, thou must needs to become king instead." "King, eh?" replied the lion. "I shan't complain about that." Thereupon the prince led the lion back to the palace. The courtiers were shocked to see the lion enter the palace. The prince pleaded with them from inside his stomach, and the lion was accepted as king. The lion proved to be have quite an aptitude for royal duties. Whensoever there was a dispute in the kingdom, the lion would simply growl at the quarrelers. "Stop complaining, or I'll eat you alive." Whensoever a bridge was swept away by a flood, the lion would simply use his paw to rip down a tree and lay it across the river. Regarding taxation and legal matters, the lion was utterly ignorant. But whensoever such a problem arose, Prince Tamalo would speak to him from inside his stomach and provide him with a sound solution. After some time, news reached the king that 2 dragons were ravaging the eastern and western edges of the kingdom. People were terrified and looked to the king to deliver them from this terrible evil, upon which the king announced that he should go and smite the dragons himself. But even the fearsome lion stood no chance of defeating 2 such terrible dragons. My dear stomach dweller," said he then, "what in the wide world should I do now?" Prince Tamalo considered the lion's question at length, provided him with a suitable scheme. The lion headed east to the part of the kingdom that was being ravaged by the larger dragon, and roared in its ugly face. "Dragon, I shall soon slay thee. I fear thee not, and for no matter how large thou art, thou shalt never devour me." "Oh," scoffed the dragon, "we shall see about that," upon which he ate the lion whole. From inside the dragon's stomach, the lion said, "Dragon, thou art now the king of this land. It is therefore thy royal duty to defeat the dragon ravaging the west part of the kingdom." At first the dragon paid him no heed, but then the dragon witnessed the humans around him bowing down in deference, as Prince Tamalo had requested them to do beforehand. He decided to do his royal duty, whereupon he went to the western mountains and slew the other dragon. Once the other dragon had been slain, the lion commenced to scratching the inside of the dragon's stomach. "Ow, it hurts, cried the dragon, rolling on the floor in agony. "Have mercy, I beseech thee," to which the lion said, "If thou wouldst not feel the pain, thou would promise never to hurt the people of this kingdom." "Oh, very well, I promise," cried the dragon in reply. But the dragon was a cunning beast, and Prince Tamalo knew that he would break his promise the moment the lion was out of his stomach. Therefore, he had the lion take out a babbling berry that he told him would bring him, that he told him to bring with him, and place it inside the dragon. This berry was known to make noises that sounded like someone was muttering to himself. With that babbling berry in his stomach, the dragon shan't notice when the lion escapes, thought Tamalio. Later that night, when the dragon was sleeping, the lion crept out of his gaping mouth and set foot back in the palace. The dragon left the king and his subjects alone forevermore. Apparently, no, they don't take shits. The kingdom had been at peace for 10 years when the lion said to Prince Tamalio, "Stomach dweller, it's time for thou camest hence from in there. I would have thee take my place on the throne." Prince Tamalio was shocked and replied in quivering tone, "I fear that I do not have the spirit to become king. By thy judgment over the past 10 years have inevitably been wise," said the lion. "That is as may be, but I am a coward," replied Prince Tamalio. "It was only because I was protected by a strong lion that I could act so decisively." Yet the lion paid no heed. With a mighty sneeze, he ejected Prince Tamalio from his stomach. It had been 10 years since the prince had seen the wide world outside, and he could not believe his eyes. The lion's mane was now full white, and his face was covered in wrinkles. Shut up inside the lion's stomach, Prince Tamalio had been quite unaware of any of this. Christ. "As thou canst see with thine own eyes," as the lion said, "I've grown old. 10 years thou hast resided in my stomach, and yet not once did thou scratch me nor cause me any pain, as I myself did that dragon, though thou couldst have done at any time. The countries and subjects of this kingdom, the courtiers and the subjects of this kingdom did not accept me because I'm strong. They accepted me because I've given them my all, by which I mean thou hast given me thine, or them thine. Thou art the true king of this country. Thou lackest not the spirit, I assure thee." In like manner, everyone at the palace beseeched Prince Tamalio to become the king. "Prince Tamalio, everyone is humbly grateful for everything thou hast done. Our country needeth just such a king as thee." Upon hearing these words, Prince Tamalio felt his courage swell up within him. As king, Tamalio gave still more to himself of himself to the country. Despite the fact that the lion had retired, he continued to live alongside the king in the palace. Though many countries are ruled by animals these days, in ancient times all kings were human. Indeed, the magnificent lion who just read was the first ever animal to be acknowledged as king. The world has never been the same since. Oh my god. That was an interesting story. Messes with my throat. Read the story I gave you? Well, I hope you read it carefully because I have a question for you. Okay. Good, here goes. There are quite a few characters in the story. Can you remember them all? Tell me who was the smallest out of the prince, the lion, and the dragon to the east? I mean, the prince. Right? What? Is that not how you spell prince? I am confused. No, it's Tamalo. Who was the third smallest out of? So in other words, okay, dragon. What? Do I have to actually say Dragon of the East? Oh, the third. So I have to be very specific. I can't just say Dragon. Dragon of the East. Dragon of the West was the largest one, right? Dragon of the West, apparently. Okay. The wizardly comprehensions must almost be as good as mine. I mean, I only typed it in, I don't know how many times. Oh, I said I'd help you with the wizard's companion. Fill it back up, didn't I? Here. Raw poison. Cure the effects of venoms and toxins. Nice. Thanks, Horace. Suppose it was a bit mean giving you the question like that, but you worked it out eventually. Quiet reading it is still bullshit. And that's what being a wizard is all about. Learning to look carefully at every detail and understand what's going on. Shut up with that wise old man talk, will you? You're flipping older than Ollie Boy here. Oh no, you're not flipping older than Ollie Boy. I'm not? No, I don't suppose I am. At least I don't seem to be. What's that supposed to mean? It's strange, I feel like I'm forgetting something. Something really, really important. Never mind. I can't believe how much this palace has changed. I'm going to see if other towns around the world are different these days. I think I'll head somewhere with the bracing sea breeze next. I might not be able to feel the wind on my face, but I can still enjoy the view. See you soon. Okay. Turning down the music. Oh, I can't do that in here, can I? Oh, music. There we go. Just a tad. Oh? Soon be time for a Babana Bazaar. What should I give them this year? Sure look excited, sir, but of course I am. Babana Bazaar approaches and soon I'll have an inestimable pleasure of buying gifts for my dear grandchildren. Oh, you have kindness. Gee, how many grandchildren do you have? Let me see now. If I include those living in the other towns across the world, it must be perhaps 30? Jesus Christ! Yeah, how many? That's an awful lot of presents. That may be, but for each I am rewarded with a priceless smile of a child. Their happiness is my happiness. May the ancients watch over them. Mikey, this man's a living saint. You don't see kindness like that every century. It's alone every day. Oh my god, my voice. Sir, would you mind helping us out with something? I could save the people in trouble. I could? Sure could. Please say you will help us. Very well. Since you asked nicely, thank you, sir. I've got nothing to drink, mate. I've got a little bit. Hang on. That was very thin. I got nothing to drink. I'll have a cup of tea after this, so don't bother wasting your points right now. Oh, what a marvelous sensation. My heart, my very soul overflows with warmth. Alright, cheers. No, it's not hurting, it's just like... Oh, getting a little bit blocked. By beards of the ancients, we punished them so severely last time, yet they're back once more to sow unrest in the fields. What's the matter, Mom? It's terrible. One of the creatures, most mischievous nature, are running amok in our precious Babana fields. If this continues, I'll have no choice but to spend my nights patrolling the very fields I worked throughout the day. That doesn't sound good. Are the creatures dangerous? Dangerous? They would pluck out and eat every livelihood from those trees. I have no choice but to drive them off my land. Boy, she's brave. Okay, she has bravery. Nice. Ain't it all? Not just every woman her age that goes out fighting monsters of an evening. I tell you what she's got spades of, Ollie boy. Courage! She's the bravest lady I've ever met. Hey, would you mind if I borrowed a little of your bravery to help people in need, Mom? People in need, you say? To see a child as young as yourself striving to do good in this world is a fine thing indeed. Borrow from me what you will. Thank you, my dear. Hey, okay, so we have kindness, bravery, and enthusiasm. Courage. Thank you. Thank you. You keep running like Naruto, kid. You got this. Let's check in here again. Maybe now there's some bounties. Hey, Babana Thief. Ooh, flame robes. Ooh. Oh, hang on. Hold up. Check the board just in case. Anything new here? Oh, there is. Two children are usually who are usually the best friends have started arguing near the milk fountains. There's someone looking troubled in front of the cat's cradle in Elma Moon. Curry still okay. A lot to be getting on with. Let's head to the milk fountain. The milk fountain really freaked me out. It's weird. Ugh. Hello, kitty cat. Two people, two kids. People say this place, okay. Is it you I'm meant to talk to? Oh, it is. Curses, I lack the necessary ingredients. What do I do? Everything okay? The recipe for the most legendary of Mamoon-y dishes has come into my possession, but I do not have the ingredients that it requires. How's the music, by the way? Still seems a little bit on the loud side. What kind of dish is it? It is known as tikka mahala, not masala? Okay. According to the recipe, it's a complex and refined curry. It's awesome. Made with the tenderest and most succulent beef. Setting saved, okay. Crikey, that sounds like a proper tasty gobful. My mouth's watering just thinking about it. Would you like to try it? You'd grab the ingredients for me. I'll have the honor of being you'll have the honor of being the first to try the tikka mahala since ancient times. Okay, what do you need? Thank you. That's most excellent and helpful of your young fellow. Now to create it, I need some fluffy rice, tender beef, and a pinch of the Shake's special spices. Where do we get those? I'm afraid I do not know for certain, but I've heard that there is one known as the Shake of Spice somewhere in this fair city. This sounds like a good place to start. Let's shake our leg and find ourselves a shake, shall we? If you have any other further questions, do not hesitate to ask, okay? Okay. I want to know where the other things were. Boop. No, it didn't save because I didn't hit apply, that's why. There we go. Save? Yeah, okay, I did. Hey, you two. My friend has become very strange. I wonder what happened to him. No, you cannot have it back. I'm not finished with it yet. What's wrong with you? Yesterday you told me you would turn it. Hey, you two stop fighting. What's the problem here? The problem is that this thief will not return to me what, the picture book I lent him. It's not only a picture book. It's only a picture book and a poor one at that. Who cares? I care. It was my birthday gift. You must give it back. Stop bothering me and go away. Frankie, either he's had a broken heart or every ounce of kindness is squeezed out of him. Or he needs putting over someone's knee. Probable. You think he's broken-hearted? He seems so lively. Well, it depends on which the heart's been stolen, ain't it? Chances your personalities in a different... changes your personalities in a different way, does it? It does. Sure. We have a bit of kindness for him. Oi, you kid. Kindness. What happened? I intended to return this picture book, but then I... Truly? You meant to return it? Of course! I'll go and fetch it now. Forgive me for my selfishness. Thank you very much for helping me return to normal. Please accept this as thanks. Why is a kid going around with coffee? Hey up, lady? Oh yeah, this is the Bonehead Menace, okay. And this is the chick who needed her husband to get his lunch. Yep. Now we're missing some kindness, so if we see someone with that, we need to keep an eye out. Oh, hello. I'm so worried. Where's this fire I once had? Oh, the Sheikah spice. Sick? It's worse than mere sickness, boy. Much worse. I've grown tired of mixing the mixing of spices. Mixing of spices is my life. Oi. This must be this Sheikah spice we heard about, ain't it? Must be, huh? But there's something up with the old fella. You'd best find out what it is, eh? We should. How come you don't want to make spice anymore? You ask why? There is no why. There's only emptiness. But you're known all over from your spice mixing, Mr. Shank. Don't you know? Don't you have customers who rely on you? Perhaps I do, but I cannot bring myself to do what they ask of me. I can barely bring myself to rise each morning. Jeepers! We're kind of hoping you would mix some spice for us. But it seems like you're on a really bad way. I only wish to rest. Please bother someone else. But save your breath, Ollie boy. This old codger's broken-hearted, ain't it? He is? He always seems so freaking surprised. About that, the lithium spell? That will do, Ollie boy. That we do. Let's find the shape, the vavavoom that he needs to spice up his life. The vavavoom. Enthusiasm. There you go. Make some drugs. I mean spice. By the beards of the ancients. What is this strange sensation? I feel alive. And my wish to mix spice with more urgency than ever before in my life. You know, we did it, Mr. Tripping. That was some tidy work there, Ollie boy. Do you not? I do not understand. Is this thanks to you? Then I'm in your debt. I must reward you. Here, accept this as my help. 2 sandwiches. Nice. And if you have any spice-related requests, I would be most honored to help you with them. I wish only to work on my mixing magic. As a matter of fact, we do. Could you mix some of your special spices? My special spice? Where did you hear such a thing? Keep your hair on, matey. Keep your hair on. Matey who runs the curry store asked us, didn't it? He needs ingredients for a tikka mahala. Very well. That's all you require them for? I'll be glad to oblige you. If I don't have the ingredients required, you must bring those to me. I'm lacking. Sure, what do you need? Turmeric roots. 3 generous pinches of spicy seeds. Yes, sir. Thank you very much for agreeing to help us. Think nothing of it. It was my pleasure. Please return to me when you have the ingredients I require. Question is, where do we get maybe the houtique? Boutique might have it, which is right over here. We might have some, unless we have to go, you know, and gander for it.